I'm ashamed to even say it, but welcome back to How Much Stuff Will I Break and Will This Car Ever See the Road Again? Today I have an extremely important announcement, and some of you might not believe me because it's a bit of a unicorn, but prepare yourself. I have axles. Oh my God, has been a struggle to get a hold of any axles. These are from Tony. I shout him out in literally every video, but he is currently building his motor, and he was nice enough to let me borrow his axles until his car is done. So huge shout out to Tony. I can't thank him enough for letting me use these, because for those of you who don't know, it's been a big struggle because you either have to do custom axles like these or swap over to the entire Type R suspension setup. In this case, obviously, custom axles. The company that was supposed to be making mine is months and months behind. I'm still waiting, but finally, oh my God, we can get these in and get the car out of here, and you could see just what 4 months of dust looks like. Get the car out and attempt to weld the motor back together. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I say ladies and gentlemen, but 99% of you are men, according to analytics, 1% of you are female. I guess if you're in the 1%, hit me up, but either way, I have some groundbreaking news. I got a new motor. So here's the story. Talking to the junkyard after some shrewd negotiation, they sent me a new motor free of charge. Everyone sounds happy, right? Yay, new motor. Let me tell you how I'm still getting fucked here. This motor is in significantly worse condition. You'll see there's damage all around, really. I don't know how this bent. Somebody must have hit that. You know, like typical junkyards, they don't take care of this stuff. But I do have a motor, and what matters is the head should be salvageable. And again, they sent this free of charge, so I can attempt to fix that, and now at least I have a backup motor. But here's the issue, right? I have a motor, I have a head. What the junkyard doesn't cover is I'm still gonna need to do carbon cleaning. It's gonna need new gaskets, new head studs. There's a massive amount of labor. Labor is not covered, none of it. The head needs to get machined. What else am I missing here? I need to swap over all the internal cams and rockers. All of that needs to get done. So a huge time cost, a huge list of parts that I need to get in addition to this, all to solve that little issue there. I am loaded with caffeine. I feel like this series has really just been a documentation of my gradual descent into insanity. I'm thinking about switching paths. I'm thinking about, maybe we'll turn this into a gaming channel or baking channel. If you guys want to see cookie tutorials or something like that, I think it's a much safer career because, oh my God, I can't with this stuff. It's just too much. Here we go, first drive. Okay. Yep, there we go. We're on a hill, but okay, I've got a lot of updates. First one is a bit of a surprise, and this block is cracked. Right here, I guess where it got hit in the front, somehow you can see on this housing here, smashed up and actually went through and cracked the block. I mean, as long as the head is good, but it's crazy to me that I just keep getting sent broken stuff like this. Again, either way, as long as the head works, that's all that matters. So here's the big thing. This is welded. The axles are in, car runs and drives. I technically drove it for the first time from one garage to the other. The weld worked, and I say it worked. What we did was we cut out a little circle of aluminum and put it over those two openings and welded over that, and it sealed it. But after starting it and running it for the first time, after doing that, there was still a little bit of dripping. And what it seemed like was in the far corner here, there was an end of the crack that just couldn't be reached with the welder. And I'm ashamed to even say it, but I used JB Weld because, well, there's no other way to reach it. And the weld repair, the actual weld, is going to hold the majority of the structural rigidity of the engine. So it's going to stop the crack from expanding, and the JB Weld is mainly just being used as a sealer here to try and hold in that oil pressure. And it even pains me to say, you don't understand how hard it was to walk in AutoZone and buy JB Weld. But I'm about to start it for the first time now with now the weld and the JB Weld on there. And we're gonna find out if that sealed it up, and we're gonna see if it still drips and if that even holds up. Again, worst case scenario, put a new head on it. I don't wanna have to go through that process and buy all those parts like I explained a little earlier, but if I have to, I have to. Before I start it, I got the intake on, but there's one more thing I actually wanna do, and that is put on the rest of the exhaust. So I have an open downpipe right here just because I wasn't sure if I needed to do more work down here. But the axles are in. I changed the knock sensor so there's no more knock code, and the axles got rid of the speed sensor error. So there's no DTCs, which is amazing. So there's no reason I should have to come back into here. And I'm gonna put the full exhaust on now, and I got it over here. Really interesting fact is that this is using a Type R downpipe, a Type R front pipe, but I'm actually gonna be able to use the SI exhaust, and it should all bolt up. So this is gonna be completely never heard before. K20C4 with locked cams on a Type R turbo with an SI exhaust. So it's going to be completely unique. I'm so excited to hear what this sounds like, and I'll record the first startup like that. Through the miracle workings of JB Weld, there's not a single drop under this car. No coolant, no oil, nothing. Now runs, drives, and doesn't leak. It was, I got all the way down to idle, and it was idling a little weird. It's bouncing at 600 to 800, probably either due to having locked cams or this massive vacuum leak I have going on here, because for some reason Honda uses these soft fittings and you have to use a metal line to connect them. It's stupid. Whatever. So this is pretty much ready to go on the road. There's some stuff I have to clean up and perfect, and then it's time for the final road test. So I'm gonna send Derek a data log, make sure everything looks good with the tune, and I'm gonna clean this up. And that's gonna be the next video where I'll have this all ready and we'll actually get it on the road, and that'll be the true test. And it's so exciting that it's finally happening. And I don't know how well this repair will hold up at high heat and high RPM, but so far, so good. And it's finally happening. So thank you guys for watching. Consider liking and subscribing if you want to follow along with the build. Thank you all so much for your support. And next video is going to be a big one. So I look forward to seeing you there.